be building a custom pantry for our shipping container house kitchen.
Does that make sense? I hope it does.
So she's pretty solid.
Oh, it's like literally hanging on by a thread.
Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
Today we are going to be building a custom pantry for our shipping container house kitchen.
But that doesn't mean that this project is shipping container house specific, because it works for any house that's already built that you want to add a closet or a pantry to.
So as y'all know, we took 2 shipping containers, put them side by side on a foundation, welded them together, and then we are using this back half as our kitchen area. The main part of our kitchen area is going to be this back wall, and y'all have seen our general setup for the kitchen. Not much is going to change. However, I do want our fridge to look like it's built into the wall. I do want a custom pantry because honestly, this thing is not cutting it anymore.
Most of y'all know we got our cabinets off Marketplace quite a while ago, and this cabinet happened to come with it. It's pretty much a pantry cabinet with a ton of drawers in it, so we've been using it as our pantry, but it's not quite big enough anymore. Now we want to build a built-in pantry, that way we can put shelving in there and have a lot more storage.
This is the inspiration pic that I showed him on Pinterest. I basically want our pantry over here and then our fridge to be built in like it looks like it's part of the wall, and then our countertops to just extend out. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we're going for. Obviously this is going to be a little bit different. We'll pick a different door. Those are made to look like cabinets.
So to start, we took measurements of the remaining space we had next to the fridge. I made sure to include a little bit of wiggle room on each side to be able to move the fridge in and out, and for it to have room for venting around it. That way, you know, we don't want it to overheat, obviously. And then I drew up this beautifully crude picture of kind of the framing design and everything, just so I know what I need to cut and how much of it and stuff like that. As you saw, we cut a little bit of wood. That's pretty much it. Let's start building it.
If you've been around since the very, very beginning and remember our original bare bones house tour, I spray painted where we thought our original island was going to be. So it's held up for so long. If you're wondering what that orange paint is, it is from our original house tour. I just kind of wanted to show y'all what our kitchen was going to look like, but I thought that was kind of funny.
Now before we do anything else, we're going to make sure this fits. Alright, I'm not going to push it in all the way yet because I don't want to tear up the drywall, but we got a little bit of resistance, which is exactly what we want. So I'm going to add the rest of our studs and then we'll put it in permanently.
Ooh.
Now that we know that the wall actually fits back there, we're going to add 2 more studs in. One is going to be at the 12-inch mark. It's just going to be for extra support. And then we're going to add one 3.5 inches from the side, and that's going to be a nailer for drywall. But I'll tell you more about that one later.
The constant dog hair in every clip.
The reason we did this wall first is because our ceiling joists run this way across the house. With doing this wall first, we're able to attach into those ceiling joists, as opposed to if we did this wall first, there's not a ceiling joist directly above it, so there would be nowhere to really attach it. So by doing this wall first, we can attach this future wall to this wall and the ceiling joist and this wall, making it a lot stronger. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But that's just for my house. If you're doing it at home on your house, make sure you find out where all of your studs are. We were able to tie into a wall stud right here and 2 of the ceiling joists, so she's pretty solid. As you can see earlier, this part of the floor is metal, so I will have to go grab a couple self-tapping screws from up the hill in a little bit to be able to put in the bottom right here. But before that, we're just going to go ahead and build this wall, and next time I have to run up there, I'll grab some.
Yeah, container floors have metal in them as well as wood. What's next, honey bunny?
More cutting.
Did y'all happen to notice this situation? Cody was mowing the grass earlier today and something happened. I don't know. I guess a rock went in it. Is that what happened?
I guess so. I didn't even see it happen.
So he took a clip earlier. I'll throw that in now, but...
So Summer had to run a couple errands this morning. I figured I'd mow the grass while she was gone. Mowed everything, went inside to grab a drink, and then I just hear a bunch of cracking. I'm like, what is that? I guess I messed up when I was mowing and threw a rock at the window. So that's fun. You can see the point of impact right there where the rock hit it. Oh, it's like literally hanging on by a thread. I'm sitting here listening to it crack. I'm sure it's gonna end up falling out at some point. But at least there's a bright side and there's 2 layers of glass, so we don't have a hole in the house.
So yeah, now we basically just have to replace it. He's been talking to the warranty company all day, so hopefully we'll be able to fix this because it's not really gonna work. Duct tape doesn't make a really good window. Beautiful. Now let me get a thumbnail because I always forget to do that.
Well, that's definitely one way to do it.
Gotta work with what you got. Look, it's even staying by itself. I really hope I can get this in this room. I didn't really think about that. We didn't trim the bottom off, I just remembered that.
Oh, goodness. I'll bring you your stuff.
It goes in a little easier now. If you remember from earlier when we built this first wall, we had our outside studs on each side here and right here. And then we added additional studs in the middle of the wall, so that would be this one. And then I told you we were gonna add a nailer stud, and I would talk about that later. So this is that stud. With the end of the wall being right here, structurally, we don't really need another stud right here, but then we don't have anything to screw our drywall into. This nailer stud just gives us somewhere to be able to secure the drywall in that corner. That way it's not flexible and doesn't move around.
So now we have support for each corner of the drywall and the middle.
Yay! It's not focused. Okay, there you go. Yay! Now it's focused. It looks really good. You did a good job.
Thanks.
I love it. Then we're gonna add some shelving in it. If you remember how we did our closet, I did a really dark stain on the shelving. That's pretty much what we're gonna do in the pantry as well. However, obviously we didn't buy shelving. we didn't buy shelving because we didn't know, how wide it was gonna be yet, so.
Do you have a lot to say this afternoon, sir? It really does look so good, babe.
Thanks.
Do you want to do the fridge test?
The fridge test.
Yeah.
Plenty of clearance.
Perfect, yay.
It's getting a little late now, but obviously we've been doing this, so I haven't been able to make dinner. I'm going to do that now with what I kind of have of a kitchen. Not a whole lot, but I really want a home-cooked meal. We've been eating out so much, so let's do it.
I rubbed the chicken down with just a little bit of olive oil and lemon juice, and now I'm gonna season it with just some basic spices. We're gonna do some sweet baby rays for Cody's, and then some sweet and hot honey habanero for mine. And then back in the oven for another 20.
We're gonna go back in again for just a few minutes, but this time on broil.
We're using that fancy stuff tonight.
Oh, the fine china.
I love nights where we don't have any leftovers.
That is pretty much it. I'm really happy that we were able to get the pantry portion built, and now we can add shelving and finally have some much needed storage.
So now that we have that done, in the next video we should be building the cabinet around the fridge and getting the rest of our cabinets put up and installed and just working on the kitchen some more pretty much.
I think I'm also going to paint the cabinets, so we'll probably look at some paint swatches and just figure out what color we want to do with that based on the flooring that we picked out. And yeah, I'm just really excited because I think that enclosing a fridge like in your cabinets makes it look so fancy. I don't know. I'm just very happy.
I'm excited to have the pantry and all the extra shelving.
Summer is definitely in full force. The first day of summer is actually Cody's birthday, which is June 21st, next week. Summer is for sure in full force because the bugs are insane. The amount of bugs in this house is insane. So we're dealing with that at the current moment, but whatever. Let's answer some questions, yeah? I don't think the username is an actual name, so I'll just put the question up, but it says, why not just put a piece of drywall on that unusual area in the kitchen near your fridge? We are going to be putting drywall on that unusual area that is near our fridge. That was our original intention. The only reason it is exposed right now is because he was just, spray foaming it and doing some finishing touches.
Yeah, and I broke that piece whenever I took it down, so I was waiting for an extra scrap piece of drywall that was big enough to make a new one, and I got that today, so it's sitting in the back of my truck. I'm going to cut it tomorrow and get it put up probably.
Yeah, so it's not going to stay exposed like that. It'll be completely covered and then drywalled in as well.
Then Cass Wilson says, can you already feel a difference with the extra insulation, or will that become more evident come winter? Enjoy your little holiday. It sounds perfect to me. Thanks. Yeah, our camping trip was super fun. As far as the insulation goes, it's definitely been a huge difference since we got the rest of it put in. We really haven't had to run the AC near as much as we typically would.
I'm in a sweater right now, and like I said, it's middle of summer, it's full force. Outside I had to be in a spaghetti strap because it was so hot, and then inside I've been in a sweater, so
Yeah, huge difference so far,
Oh, yeah,
especially
for sure.
since we finally got all the drywall put back up and everything too.
And I've noticed a sound difference as well. So typically we can really hear the dogs barking outside, but ever since we got the insulation back up, I feel like we don't really hear them as predominant anymore. So that's kind of nice as well. But yeah, okay, coolio. Anything else? No.
I think that's it for this one.
Okay. See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Drive real far. Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday.